Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Saturday early evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. I hope you're all keeping well at the moment and keeping yourselves in good physical condition, keeping clean in health and safety, and also hopefully keeping in a good sort of mental state and set of emotional well-being despite our very trying times and, challenging circumstances considering this whole lockdown thing going on. So I just want to say to everyone, hope you're all doing well, and to all the essential workers still working at the moment, you guys are heroes. So, on to the show. I just thought, because it's like quite a sort of hearty, summery day today, but not too sort of spicy, that I'd do something that's like light and crisp and refreshing, or at least something that kind of pertains to that sort of theme. So I thought I'd review a cider today, and sort of like one of the British ones that's like light, crisp and fizzy. And so we're looking at Thatchers Rascal. Now, we've taken a look at some of the other Thatchers and Somerset ciders before. We've looked at Thatcher's Haze before, the canned version, and I think we might have reviewed Thatcher's Haze pear version before. I'm not quite sure for definite if we actually have done that before, but we may come on to it at a later point in the future. Still though, there's quite a few different bottled versions of like the Westerns and Thatcher's ciders, and I can't quite remember if I've had this one before. I may have done, but I may not have done it for an episode of Ted's Booze Cellar, so I thought I'd do it anyway because it seems like it could be nice, crisp, light, refreshing drink from the looks of things. So it says on the back, there's a dark shadow in the night, an amber silhouette in the light of the moon. But that's not all mischief and mayhem. Rascal is the guardian of the bittersweet red streak, Dabinet and Tremolets apples we use to craft this unique cider. Amber and full-bodied with a roguish, I think, complexity. Brave bitterness balanced with smooth sweetness. And it's only 4.5% alcohol volume, so it's a little bit weaker than a lot of ciders out there, so hopefully it won't be too harsh and it won't lacquer the skin off the top of my mouth. So I'm hoping for good things with this. I quite like the design of the bottle. It's a very simple bottle. The label itself is quite interesting. I like the sort of shininess of the orange gold writing on it, and the design of the handsome little fox character there is quite nice. So yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Very nicely designed bottle. And as always, before we taste it, hopefully we're going to give ourselves a good first impression by having a little whiff of the smell. I'm not a massive cider drinker these days, whereas I used to be quite a considerable one. But I don't know, I'm looking forward to this. Okay, I'm getting a very strong cidery smell, but it's not too overbearing. So, yeah, 7 out of 10. It doesn't smell like, the smell isn't blowing my mind. It's not a super distinctive smell, but it's a nice smell nonetheless. It's got that nice, strong, sharp British cider smell, but it's not overbearing. It's not overly cloying. It just doesn't stand out a huge amount though, so it's just a bit above average. But that's still nice though, and it's better than being, smelling like pee or a stale urinal. So, that's something at least. But, as always, we won't know what a drink is actually like until we taste it. So, to everyone out there who's watching this, bottoms up. Ooh. Okay. I kind of get what they're saying about the flavour of like mixing a bit of bitterness with sweetness. I don't really get as much of the bitterness as they're saying on the back of the bottle, but there is a tiny bit of it at the initial taste. But I must say the sweetness isn't very overbearing. It's quite smooth throughout the taste, and there's a little bit of that traditional British Somerset cider sharpness in there as well, but that's not too overbearing either. It's a very balanced set of flavours that mix in here. to create a very light, sweet and refreshing cider. It's got all the aspects you'd expect in all British ciders, like fizz, sharpness, sweetness, appley smell that reminds you of like eating a smokewood cheddar toasty while like sitting on a bench in Norwich somewhere or somewhere like that. It's got all the quintessential aspects of a British cider, but they're all like very balanced and sort of like they're mild enough that none of them clash with each other too much. So the flavour is very balanced. It's not super distinctive though. I mean, it's a nice cider, but it just doesn't leave a massive impression, is all. And the thing is, I would be happy to go out of my way to get this again, but there are other ciders that perhaps have slightly stronger or overly stronger aspects to it that I would still pick over this to enjoy. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but like, I don't know, it's just not massively distinctive. It's just a decent cider that's a bit above average, and you know, is enjoyable for like pre-drinks or cess drinks or having with a meal perhaps. You know, I think this would be really nice with like a traditional British meal like fish and chips or a ploughman's lunch or something like that. But it's just not majorly distinctive. However, the flavour is really well balanced. It's a nice relaxing cider. It doesn't leave you feeling too crazy or hyped up or whatever. You know, all the flavours are like very balanced out. So you know, I'm gonna be. I originally was gonna give it a 7 out of 10, but I'm gonna be a bit charitable. I'm gonna give it a 7.25, and I think it meets that level quite comfortably. I think it's a good cider, and I would be happy to go out my way to get this again. I think I got this from the Wine Barrel liquor store for about I think it was somewhere between $2.20 and $2.50 for this bottle, which I think is, it's well worth that price. You know, it's not gonna blow your mind or anything, but hey, there are much worse ciders out there, and it is actually a very nice drink nonetheless. Definitely recommend serving this chilled, so keep that in mind. And yeah, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you want to check out any of my other online activities, I'll leave the links to my other YouTube channels and social medias in the video description below. And if you have any suggestions, not just for episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, but for any of the other series I do on this channel, leave your suggestions in the comments section below, and I'll see what I can do. And yeah, until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, drink responsibly, know your limits, take care of your family, wash your damn hands, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.